how to find a job in USA. So we are getting a lot of layoffs, and we are having a lot of layoffs, and people are losing jobs. And to be very, very honest, I'm really surprised when people tell me that they are not able to find the job, because well, I run a consultancy, so I know that it's very easy to find a job, and I'm gonna share some secrets, some secret shortcuts with you guys, with everybody, so that you can find jobs. This is pretty much, this video is geared towards my fellow Americans. Usually, I make a lot of videos for Indians who are in India, and but here I'm going to be making videos for people who are in America, because it's so sad that they are losing jobs, and I think I can do something. And yeah, so guys who are new to this channel, please do remember my style. I make informal videos. I don't make very formal videos. I don't have time like everybody in America. A lot of my videos are all about don't come to America and all that. So because you don't have time for yourself, because you're tired and you're tied in taking out of the house and things like that, and that's what I always talk about. But this video is geared towards people who are basically not interested in this content, who are already here in America and they are not going anywhere, and they've lost their job and they don't know what to do. So I actually made some notes. I usually don't do that, because I wanted to make a little bit crisp video, so I did that. Okay, that's not me though. Okay, so I'm thinking, just if you can think of it as like this, that I'm making this video specially for you and putting some little special effort. Doesn't mean anything, don't worry. Just wanted to make sure you know. So that's the reason it's little, and this is pretty much the first or second time I'm doing this thing, maybe second time. And so if I am not able to make my point across, or if I sound so informal, like reading and then talking to you and reading and then talking to you, please don't mind. It will be worth it. All I can tell you, it will be worth it, because I don't know why you are not able to find a job. I'm really placing people, yeah, without any issues. I'm placing people without any issues. It's actually, for me, it's as easy as ever. It's as easy as ever. Yeah, I mean, it is really, I didn't even know till the time you guys told me that you're losing jobs. I got few calls from some of my friends, one from specifically from Delaware and one from another place. And when he said that he's lost his job and he wants help in looking for a job, I was shocked. I was really shocked. I don't know why a green card holder or a citizen would have to really look for a job, like would have to really have a hard time or something while looking for a job. My videos are a little lengthy and verbose, but I promise, because this video is really geared towards people who are looking for a job, I promise this will be useful. This will be very useful. Watch it. If you look at all my other videos, I actually tell people never to subscribe, never to don't waste time in liking or subscribing. Just comment if you like it. If you comment if you see something negative, and if you can tell me something, because I think of it as a mutual learning experience when I make videos for you. So I'm not here for views or anything. I just share my things with you. But here is something that is actually closer to my heart. This is my field of basically I'm in the field of, I'm a placement agency. I help people find jobs. So it's interesting. I think that I can tell you guys something, a thing or two that may be useful to you. Okay. And again, don't contact me regarding getting jobs or something, because this is not my lead generation attempt. I don't want to, I have my team which basically generates leads and everything, and they work with the team. This platform I don't use for lead generation, so I don't want to, please don't contact me if you want a job or something. Okay, just think of this, take this. My first thing is, there are a lot of people who don't know what is a contract W2 position. Okay, this is probably the number one mistake they make. They're looking for full-time positions or permanent positions. Let's say they apply to Facebook, so they want to be an employee of Facebook. That's what a full-time employee means, or an employee, or they want, as I said, permanent job. That's what we call it in the placement world. So look for contract jobs. Yeah, they work. They are 40 hours per week contracts, and they work. So let's say your salary is 200K, or then the contract should be $100 per hour, W2. Okay. And please remember, $100 per hour W2 is equivalent to $110 per hour C2C. So there is a C2C contract also, wherein you need to have a company and then you will sign the contract through that company. Open a company using anything, just Inc now or something, or America-YoMa or something, and then open the company. Don't use anybody. Don't use a lawyer or anything. Just go to these websites and you can open the company. And then you can obtain the insurances and everything from various insurance companies, and you should be good to go. But opt for contract W2 if you don't want to save all this hassle. But in the right, so this is first and foremost tip. In my opinion, a lot of people are making a lot of mistakes like this, but I hope this works. Second is do apply on dice.com and LinkedIn. These are the two main platforms apart from Glassdoor and Monster. And you many people, I saw a video saying person said that he lost his job 9 months ago and he didn't find any job. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I can easily find a job in 9 days. So I don't know where they're applying, but yeah, I noticed one mistake he made. He said he applied 500 positions. He applied to 500 places. Sir, you should apply to 5,000. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Okay? Okay, guys. Third tip is there is a list called Inc now, INC now, which has 5,000 or something companies, fastest moving. It has a list of 5,000 fastest moving companies. Apply to those, all of them. It's 5,000 or so. Do that. Because they are startups, they sometimes hire faster and then they are more flexible. Okay, na? Listen to other things also. Okay na means okay, simply. I have this habit of saying okay. Since you're new to this thing, so you should be knowing it doesn't mean anything. Okay means okay. 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 All right. Upskill yourself. Okay. This is a very important thing. People, kind of keep applying in the skills, and that's not a good idea. Keep their own skills. That they should explore different skills, right? Next one is go for cloud-based skills. For example, there was an MDM, Informatica MDM. I'm telling everybody to go to Reltio. That is another MDM. So in Reltio, you get a certification, and then you can easily find a job. Trust me, jobs will walk to your doorstep, right? Other things, for example, in integration space, there are some jobs like MuleSoft or APG or Dell Boomi. The jobs will walk to your this doorstep. But if you are a Java guy, then that is the right step for you. So Java's there are certain like horizontal things like Java, this and that, but MuleSoft and all these are packages built on top of Java and all that, and they work better. So, but I don't know which let's say you are from some other field. If you are a non-IT person, you can go for something called as business analyst. How to get these jobs is, I've made a few videos before, but I'll tell you, and they may be in Hindi, so I'll tell you in English right now, right? You can easily get the training from Udemy or even YouTube. And if you want to get a little bit more, like a one-on-one in-person training from someone, then go to a website called sulekha.com, and there are people who are there to train people in various skills, right? I would highly recommend that because they give you practical tips also, right? It is run by Indians, so I don't know whether how much it will be useful to you, but you should definitely go for that. If I were you, I would do that. That's how I would start. If I want to, let's say, get into some skill, let's say Reltio myself, this is how I will go get into that. I'll first take Reltio training from some guy there on Sulekha, and I will first basically go through Udemy course or YouTube course, and then I will go to this guy on Sulekha and then take the proper practical course from there. And they are very cheap. So go for those cheap options rather than going to, let's say, Reltio company. Then they'll charge $16,000 or something. Don't do that. You'll get away with by just spending $1,000 if you go to sulekha.com. Spellings of Sulekha are Sulekha. If you make a search on Google, they'll autocorrect and give you the website. Okay. They go to the training and placement tab, find that area, and then you'll be able to see the trainings. Right. Business analyst is a good training. If you get that training and then you want to work as a business analyst, you will be able to get a job. Within business analyst, I can just tell you there is a healthcare field, and then there are finance field, and then there is a general field. Okay. If you have finance background, go for finance BA. If you have healthcare background, go for healthcare BA. If you don't have any of these backgrounds, then go for general BA or go for healthcare BA. Healthcare BA is relatively easy and you can easily understand it. So they're easy to find jobs in, right? Other thing is, let's say you're making a salary of 150K. So, okay, be ready to reduce the salary a little bit, like work on a reduced salary a little bit, like let's say 130K or something. This is another tip. So back in 2010, I used this. My ongoing bill rate was $100 an hour, and I worked at $85 an hour for a brief period of time, for almost a year or something. So, and then when the market opened up, I got my rate increased. Even when I was working at the same client, and I got my rate increased, right? Another thing is you should open yourself to if like semi-remote options, like once in a month or once in a week you have to be at the client side. So in the first few weeks they would ask you to come for once in a week, and for the rest of the time they'll be okay with once in a month or something, and that is better than sitting jobless. That's my thing to you. That's much better than sitting jobless. So, but this will give you, you'll be you're open to nationwide. You see, that's the advantage you will get. So you should definitely try this. This is something that will definitely work, right? And if you can, let's say, temporarily live somewhere, let's say, then you should live somewhere away from your home, then you should simply just go with on-site options as well. In my mind, you can easily find a job. I'm again and again saying the same thing, right? I don't know how you can make this mistake, right? Right? Use ChatGPT to prepare for the interviews, okay? Use ChatGPT to prepare really heavily. Feed it the JD and say, give me the overview. And then for every part of the JD, ask ChatGPT to prepare you really well. Right. Acha. When you're doing the resume submission, okay, make sure you let's say you have seven things written in your resume, and he wants one thing, then please eliminate the rest of the 6 and that's one thing that is pertinent to the JD, make it 7 times. Okay, you got my point? Make sure your resume you tailor, you basically emphasize on the emphasize on the skills which are basically in that JD. That is really important. I don't know how things are not going to come in an order, right, buddy? I am not going to write the scripts and all that and do that. I am not a proper YouTuber, to be very frank. If you look, I have made 1,300 videos, but they're all mostly in regular lingo. I don't really make videos properly, so I don't have time for that, like you, everybody. So I don't have any time for all that. So I make money, and through some other means, through my placement business, basically. I just realized you know my business. That's part of this whole video. I'm telling you about my business a lot. So somehow I feel that if I can help some people, I should help it. I should help them, right? Indeed is another platform which you should use. Okay, and I mentioned Dice, Monster, Indeed, and Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. These are some of them. Platforms. Do use those platforms, right? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. You should also think of getting jobs on like basically there are certain, don't go to freelance websites. They give you they're not really proper things because you're competing with, like, say, people from India and Pakistan. How will you work there? So many people say, oh, you should work on freelance platforms. Don't do that. But there is one platform called Turing, which has really proper jobs, and they should explore that option. Turing, Turing. ठीक है ना? Okay. Even when you're not eligible for a certain job, let's say you're semi-eligible, you can see that. Do apply for that position. Even if there is a skill, like let's say there is a 20% match, do apply. Because you get into their database, and then when they get a position, then they may contact you. Think about that. Okay. Make sure you give them your number. If you're queasy about giving them your number, your main marketing number, main cell phone number, take a Google Voice number and give it to them. Or take another secondary number, and then make sure you keep that number, because that number becomes famous among the recruiters, right, over a period of time. Same for email. If you don't want to, give your main email, right, then you forward your main email to your primary email, and then my primary email is Gmail. So I forward my Gmail to my primary Gmail, and from there I can use SMTP to reply right from within my Gmail to that secondary email, which I kept for marketing purposes. So you can use this technique. This will increase your thing, right? Go for package softwares, like for example, .NET and all, right? I don't know how to tell you basically. Salesforce, MuleSoft, these are like packages. Those are a little bit hard to learn, and but then once you learn, then you can. It's not that hard also. Then you can easily find a job in those, right? I told you Reltio, Informatica MDM, SCP, go for those rather than into like .NET, Java, right? What else? What else? Okay, list. So there are some Google groups for various to get the positions. That's a different way to get the job, different way to get the positions, and you can use that, right? Acha. When you apply to, let's say, 5,000 positions on DICE, even though they are 20% match or 30% matching with your skill set, don't read too much. First apply. Just telling you, right? Okay. Other thing is, make a generic resume, proper word generic resume with your number on it. See, people who think that they're going to maintain privacy throughout this process, just leave it. Just don't watch this video. I somehow hate you watch my. There is a video I made that there are a lot of problems in terms of Americans, like, which is privacy, pets, voluntary, and all that. Privacy is one of the biggest issues that I don't like. When people are too much about privacy, I don't know what to do with it. So my mind stops working. So I don't know. So you need to give the number. If you really want to maintain privacy, give another number, but then give that number and then maintain the number forever. Okay. Now, so make sure that number is on the resume, and then you make the resume proper. This thing, you put generic lines. Let's say you have 5-6 skills, then put all those skills little, like in the environment area, and then submit that resume. Then your recruiter will give you a call back, and that's how you should get it. So you don't have to make a resume every single time when you're applying. Okay, on DICE or on Monster or something. Just put the generic resume on that. Okay. Get W2 contracts, guys. Those are easiest to get. Those are very easy to get. In permanent job or in full-time employment with, let's say, anything, there will be 6 rounds of interview. In W2, there will be 1 or 2 rounds of interview. Within a matter of 1 week, you'll have a job. Right? Anything else? Anything else? Yeah. Many people, ask for a lot of benefits. In W2, you may not get the retirement benefit, 401k plan contributions. And in W2, you may not get healthcare. So make sure your spouse has healthcare. If your spouse has healthcare, then insurance, then you should be fine. Otherwise, you'll have to do something. You have to negotiate with them that you need healthcare, right? So do think of all these things. In fact, be ready to get the private healthcare. Typically in W2, if you don't have healthcare, it may not work. And you ask for healthcare and then they don't give. If they cannot give, then they won't give, and then you will be stuck. So in that case, be ready to get private healthcare. So it's all about at least keeping yourself afloat during these tough times, right? I'll tell you, if you're getting to AI ML somehow, artificial intelligence and machine learning, that's a very hot field right now. It will be very easy for you to get in. And other fields, so that you can safeguard yourself from these kind of things that, down the line in your career, get into a space. My favorite space is integration space. That is not going anywhere. It will always be there. My second favorite is cybersecurity. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. If you say, this thing is safe, so any networks are safe, then you should know that there are hackers who are basically always trying to break those safety, things, right? So then cybersecurity will never be out of fashion. Integration will never be out of fashion, right? So this is something that you can work toward. These are the fields. If you're thinking of changing your field right now, after listening to me, then these are the 2 fields that I would always recommend. Are there fields better than this? Yeah, sure. But these are my recommendations, please. Right? So anything cloud-based cybersecurity or anything cloud-based integration like MuleSoft or something would be the ideal, right? That way, right? Because cloud is anything right now, right? If you get into a new package or something, get the certification. Certification is really important. Just as you show the certification to someone, that works, right? For example, in Salesforce, if you have Salesforce certification, it works. If you have MuleSoft certification, MCD, MuleSoft Certified Developer, it works. So you should get the certification in that, right? If you go to Slaker.com, people, they'll help you in getting the certification also. They will do mock tests and everything and help you clear those exams fast. Like that will obviously help you if you get a lot of help, and then they basically give you mock tests and all that, then it'll work, right? So that is something. So Slaker.com is one of the secret formulas, secret shortcuts, right? Udemy, you may be knowing, YouTube videos, but this thing will work. Sulekha.com, right? Yes. Yeah, these things, if you apply all these things, right? I don't know how many these are. I'm going to call it 10 hacks. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how many these are. I'll just call it 10 hacks, and I'll release this video. All right, thank you, guys. If you have any other specific questions, do ask me. So especially in the skills, let's say you are a, I don't know, Java guy, you are a QA guy. Ask me what all skills you should get into, which are easier for you, which are related to your category. I would say cloud-based skill within your category. Like say, you are a QA guy, then what is a cloud-based? That is what will work, right? But that is a general, a thing. I don't know how to help you here. But if you want specific questions, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer. Okay. I'm really sincerely trying to help here today. Usually I'm just a rant. My videos are a rant. They're just a rant. I don't try to put a lot of structure to the video. I don't really try very well to make the right kinds of videos. I don't know if you know Hindi, you can listen to the videos. They're sometimes full of abusive words also. But this video I'm really making from the bottom of my heart to try to help some people who are basically not able to find jobs. It's kind of disheartening to see people saying these things, when in my opinion, finding a job is like a piece of cake. It's very easy. All right, guys. Thank you.